Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti, and we're going to begin today by talking about, you got it, the weather, because it's what everyone is talking about. We had very cool temperatures, and that went to very hot yesterday, and now swinging back again. We have Brandon T. Jones. You're in today for Thomas. Brandon, what do you know?
Hey there, Laura. Well, today is one of those days where I think I feel a little bit more comfortable getting out into the garden, trying to do a little bit of yard work. Yesterday, I walked outside thinking, it's sunny, it's nice. It was just a little too hot for me yesterday. So things a little bit closer to our typical average today, but those things are looking like they're going to be picking back up, at least those temperatures. Right now, though, 72 degrees, winds moving around 14 miles per hour. So a little bit more gusty today, which of course, higher winds with drier conditions, that increases our fire danger. So we'll talk about that a little bit later in our full forecast as well. As for some of the other surrounding temperatures right now, taking a look down there in Lewiston, 84 degrees, over in Coeur d'Alene, 74. Right now here in Spokane, 72. So again, temperatures a little bit more manageable than they were yesterday. Of course, nearly 90 degrees yesterday, not getting anywhere close to that today. But for our high, looking around 78 or so. Again, I've got your full forecast coming up though in just a few minutes.
All right, my friend, thank you. This is coming in new at noon, a big milestone for the town of Malden as it continues to rebuild after a devastating wildfire. So happening right now, we're taking a live look. The town is celebrating the opening of a new community building. We're talking about a food bank and library, a meeting place. So again, a live look right now. They've been talking for about the past hour. Lots to celebrate there before they actually cut the ribbon. The original building burned down during the bad road fire you may remember back in 2020. That fire leveled the towns of both Malden and Pine City, burning down more than 60 homes at the time and 100 other buildings. Today's ribbon cutting is one more step forward for that community.
And that means a lot, considering the fact that all of the city buildings were gone and the percentage of homes that were gone. This town kept going.
We want to remember the past and honor the past, but we're moving forward.
So happy for everyone there. Federal emergency funds, money from Whitman County, and also an anonymous donor helped make this project possible. So we're down there and we're going to make sure to keep tracking that story. In the meantime, federal budget cuts are raising concerns about this year's wildfire season. Coming up in 10 minutes, we hear from Washington firefighters, hear how they are preparing and why they say we may need to turn to our friends on the East Coast in order to get help. All right, stocks are mixed today as investors react to news about President Trump's tariff plan. A federal trade court has ruled most of the taxes that the president sought to impose on foreign goods have been deemed illegal. Natalie Brand has a look now at the impact of this latest ruling.
The three-judge panel that made this ruling included one appointed by President Trump during his first term. The judges in it say that the law used to enact many of these tariffs do not give the president blanket authority. The White House continues to defend its tariff strategy as a matter of national security. The Trump administration says it will appeal after the Court of International Trade ruled the president overstepped his authority in enacting sweeping tariffs on nearly all trading partners.
These activist judges are trying to slow down something right in the middle of really important negotiations. I'm sure that when we appeal, that this decision will be overturned.
The new ruling applies to the administration's 10% baseline tariff on most trading partners and the separate tariffs on China, Mexico, and Canada related to fentanyl and immigration. It does not apply to tariffs on specific products, including autos, aluminum, and steel. But analysts say it could impact trade negotiations underway over the president's reciprocal tariffs, now on pause until July.
The story is not over yet.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says despite the ruling, small businesses impacted by tariffs are still in wait-and-see mode.
I think it does nothing for businesses because I think what happens is we are still operating under a cloud of uncertainty.
This latest legal fight comes as lawsuits surrounding the Department of Government Efficiency continue to play out, and as President Trump's advisor who led the effort is leaving his post. In a post on X Wednesday, Elon Musk said he would like to thank President Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. In an exclusive interview with CBS Sunday Morning, he criticized the president's tax cut and spending bill that narrowly passed the House 1 week ago.
I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit.
As a special government employee, Musk could only serve the administration 130 days in a calendar year. Musk's time in the role led to the layoffs of tens of thousands of federal employees across government and massive restructuring of some agencies. He also says his effort cut around $160 billion, but that's far less than the $2 trillion in cuts he initially proposed. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And as President Trump's one big beautiful bill awaits Senate approval, we are now hearing from one of our local congressmen who helped get it passed in the House. So we asked Eastern Washington Congressman Michael Bumgardner about the massive budget bill. It's a legislative package that includes a variety of tax cuts, spending adjustments, and policy changes. If passed, about 7 million Americans are expected to lose Medicaid coverage. So we asked Bumgardner how it will impact his district alone.
So what the big beautiful bill does is it puts work requirements into able-bodied people in Medicaid and to folks on food stamps, and then it stops incentivizing states to put illegal migrants on federal health care. So those two measures alone will save about $2 trillion over the course of the bill.
And cuts to Medicaid are expected to hit rural communities the hardest. As we previously reported, if passed, the bill would prohibit people on Medicaid from using certain clinics like Planned Parenthood. So if you'd like to watch our full interview with Congressman Bumgardner, just head on over to KREM 2 Plus. You can download KREM 2 Plus on your TV and watch for free. And Washington's Democratic Senators Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell are fighting against the president's spending bill. They are saying if it passes, cuts to Medicaid would affect millions of lives right here in Washington state.
At least 7.6 million people losing Medicaid coverage, millions more losing their health care coverage and seeing their costs go up, students having their Pell Grants cut, the biggest cut to SNAP in our history.
At a news conference, Senator Cantwell said she believes the proposed cuts to Medicaid are an attempt to roll back the Affordable Care Act. And this is coming in new at noon. Spokane County experienced a record-breaking year for tourism. So just with new numbers released today, it is showing that more people and more money than ever before came into the region. Visit Spokane reporting more than 10 million people visited last year. That is up nearly 3% from the previous year, and spending was up about 2%, reaching more than $1.5 billion. Everybody finding out how great we are here in the Inland Northwest.